Stroud for a little bit. You got to watch a whole lot of Drew Lock. Was that the same guy that was in Denver? Drew Lock that I watched last night? That was the same dude?
Preseason MVP Drew Lock.
Oh, is he something else? Good morning to you. Merry Friday. Ho! Oh, wait, that's later. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, DC. How we living today?
What it do?
Banquet day today.
Banquet day.
Are you going to banquet tonight?
I am.
You dressing up, putting on a sports coat, the whole thing?
I probably should.
I mean, you don't have to. Whatever.
It is radio. No,
but it's radio, it's TV, it's a whole lot there.
And you guys have won so many times.
I believe this to be 7 out of 8, 10 out of 12, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm not sure I'm counting.
You guys, that's a dynasty.
Yeah, I kind of counted up the hardware at the office the other day, JJ. I get 7 out of 8. I think 10 out of 12. I'll double check that for sure. There was a period where we weren't putting it up, turning in entries, and then once we started doing that, we won a few times. So congratulations to you guys. You'll get hardware tonight out at that. Well, we share one piece of hardware tonight, but that's kind of how that goes. And you'll have a nice meal tonight.
So it'll be like Stanley Cup. We just kind of take turns with it.
Yeah, I imagine.
Take your pictures together, individual, put it in a trophy case.
Yep. All right, what'd you think of the footy last night? It was, I love football. I love watching it. I watched a little. I'm not gonna lie. It's hard to sit and watch the whole thing, right? But there were some moments to look at last night. C.J. Stroud would probably be one of them.
Yeah, and I'm right with C.J. Stroud, and he said after the game that he wanted to keep playing, and I thought that was a missed opportunity. C.J. Stroud should have at least played a half of football instead of having 11 plays where you leave going, oof. That was not good at all. And that's the way it's going to be. Like this, Davis Mills and Case Keenum are going to be able to execute. They're experienced quarterbacks in the NFL. And that was a missed opportunity for the Houston Texans. They need C.J. Stroud playing a full half in preseason game number 1, 3 quarters. Like getting out there because he's a guy that if you only give him 11 plays, throws an interception, 4 total passes, looking a little anxious in the pocket, which some rookies are going to look like, then all the conversation is going to be, you know what? Should you actually just start Davis Mills? Let this dude sit for 6 games.
Davis Mills look good.
Get him some reps, man. Like that, I think that was a missed opportunity from Houston. I don't know why they were so tight with his playing time.
So you wanted to see him play more than just 2 series.
Oh, like he had to play 11 plays.
Yeah, he threw 4 passes last night. He one of them was intercepted. He wasn't great. It was his first run. The numbers on C.J. Stroud: 2 for 4, 13 yards, 1 interception. He was sacked 1 time, a rating of 17.7. 2 carries for 6 yards running the football. So what does it mean? Does it matter? I mean, I don't know. Davis Mills, 9 for 12, 99 yards and a touchdown. Case Keenum, 9 for 14, 79 yards and a touchdown. Are we going to get to a point where what's it going to take? One more outing like this where somebody to tell me, well, Case Keenum's better, gives him a better option. And look, there's a real argument to be made. Who can win you a game right now? If you want to go out and win your opener, you're Houston, and look, every coach is going to tell you we're here to win. We want to beat the Ravens and the Colts in the first 2 games. Who gives me a better chance to win? Is it Case Keenum, Davis Mills, or C.J. Stroud? And there's an absolute argument that it's not C.J. Stroud.
With the Houston Texans, this is the opportunity to play a guy from the start and go. And we see teams, we saw it last year with Kenny Pickett. He sat a few games to start the season, then took over. It was like week 7, week 8 before he started to play. But you'd hope that C.J. Stroud would be a little bit higher than a Kenny Pickett with where they selected him in the draft. But this is what these games are for. And so many people going, oh, we don't need these, just get rid of them.
Whatever.
No, like C.J. Stroud needs this. Anthony Richardson, who's going to start the Colts preseason game this weekend, his thought process on it is, we've been in a controlled environment. I don't know how good I've gotten. I don't know what I've improved on. he's looking forward to getting out there against someone else. And these series are important for these guys. You just want them to get comfortable. You want them to shake off some of that rust. And I thought it was a missed opportunity to have 11 plays for CJ Stroud.
What do you think of the way he looked? I mean, it whatever, right?
That's why I would like to just see a couple of series. Because you're going to have some breakdowns. You had a bad pass. It was like 3rd and long, and you tried to force it instead of taking the dump off under him. Like, those are the things you learn as a quarterback. And I would have loved to at least see him get a couple more series.
Have you seen anything out of D'Amico Ryans why it was only – D'Amico Ryans is their head coach. Why it was only 2 series? I mean, well, that's the way we scripted it and that kind of stuff. But why?
Well, that's usually reserved for the guys that like he's starting week 1. Like it's 15, 18 plays from Russell Wilson tonight.
Yeah, but a guy who's starting week 1 is Russell Wilson has played 10 years in this league. Right? This guy
are not even touching the field, that
snap.
top flight quarterback.
Yeah, I don't know that you can throw an Anthony Richardson, a CJ Stroud, a Bryce Young out there in week 1 and barely get him reps in the preseason. I just don't know how you expect, unless you're just saying it's the season, right? I mean, we're just throwing in the season, and I don't know. I mean, with all due respect, how you think you're throwing in the season, right? You're a head coach, you're a franchise, give it till October to make that decision, mid-October, late October. What do you think on the other side? Bailey Zappi had a little bit of a night. What do you think there?
We know that situation's entrenched. It's Mac Jones, it's Bailey Zappi. And who knows how much Bailey Zappi, Bill Belichick actually wants to push ahead. But when you're sitting Mac Jones, you're sending the statement to everyone that this guy, despite the offseason and the questions and the back and forth, is your starting quarterback going into the season. The one that was fascinating to me was Malik Cunningham. Dude playing wide receiver in the first half, gets back under center in the second half, and has a touchdown drive. Really good athlete, played at Louisville, and these are the type of players that Bill Belichick is so intrigued with.
Malik Cunningham, 3 for 4, 19 yards, 5 carries, 34. Played wide receiver, didn't catch a ball. 20-9. If you care, you were betting, right? It's the only reason you care, right? You don't know what the spread was. Whatever. 20-9. Houston was a winner. Case Keenum threw a touchdown pass. Davis Mills threw a touchdown pass. Your leading receiver was Tank Dell. He had a juggling circus catch, barely stayed in, fell down, ball popped up. Nice play, nice highlight by him. Other game last night was in Seattle. The Seahawks were winners over the Vikings, 24-13. Drew Lock. I don't know. Is there a story out of this game? Is it Drew Lock that solidified himself as the backup to Geno Smith?
At some point, I was wondering if Seattle had any other quarterbacks.
Right, Holton Ahlers is
the
the other guy. Yeah,
they're just letting Drew Lock have this whole game.
Yeah. I didn't know who Holton Ahlers was. He was a rookie free agent out of East Carolina. So it was Drew Lock's game to go the whole way. Pete Carroll said afterwards it was just fun. And he said, we didn't know how to tackle in the first half because we don't tackle in practice. It was the first time we're taking guys to the ground. That's what these games are for. But after that, it was just a lot of fun. I don't know what you learned out of this game. Jalen Reagor's still in Minnesota, and is he their number 2, number 3 guy? Jordan Addison had his first catch as a Viking. Nobody other than Drew Lock. Somebody carrying the ball. I watched a ton of this game. I didn't get much out of it, to be honest with you.
There's not much to get out of it. Charbonnet got 4 carries. He's going to be their RB2.
Yeah.
Working in with Kenneth Walker. So that's going to be your duo in Seattle. I was focused on the defense.
Yeah.
With Jarek Reed, former Lobo, in a ton of snaps.
He had 5 tackles last night to Jarek Reed. Yeah, 5 tackles, a tackle for a loss, pass deflection. He was actually
bouncing around.
Yeah.
Now he's going to have a moment on film.
Yep.
Where the DB room is going to get to talk to him because it's a welcome in the NFL moment. Get blued up, trying to cover the hole. Good on you, Jarek Reed, the former Lobo.
Yep, 5 tackles, 3 solo tackles. He had a pass deflected, a tackle for a loss, but actually a tackle and a half for a loss.
Good game.
He had a nice game, yeah. And watch Jarek Reed as a 6th-round pick, trying to make the team and trying to make be in the NFL. It's big. All right, so here's a ton going on a Friday. We're going to get through the NFL. There's a lot of news in the NFL as we go into a full preseason weekend tonight and tomorrow, and you'll watch football weekend. So we'll get you up to date on everything that's going on. We got conference realignment stuff, and the Mountain West Conference could be in a position to grow, to expand. There's a lot of factors coming up at what time are we going to do this? 9:00, 9:15. Timmy Chang, what do you want to do it? 9:15. All right, 9:15. Conversation with Hawaii. Actually, do it at 9:30 because Nick Nee's going to be with us at 9. So 9:30 this morning. Timmy Chang. Timmy's the head coach at Hawaii. Now, this is a conversation we had before the fires in Maui, but there's a lot in there about Hawaiian culture, right, and the pride of the Hawaiian players, and Timmy being a guy from Hawaii who played at Hawaii, who is the head coach at Hawaii, and I just thought this would be really timely with what's going on. Have you guys ever been to Maui?
No, but I saw some of those videos and pictures. That is just mind blowing.
They showed. I remember that last night I was watching something. They showed that the tree, that old tree in Maui, and I pulled up the picture. I'm like, wow, we were standing there, and it was literally 2 years ago this week. We were standing there, and it was like, holy smokes! It is so unbelievable what's happened there. The devastation, the loss. I mean, we've had, Lord knows. I mean, so many just horrible, natural disasters.
Have you seen those Google Earth images they showed of before and after? That
Yeah.
Wow, I was so blown away by that.
Yeah. What's today's date?
The 11th.
Yeah. So I was looking at August 20. There's that tree they're showing in Maui. And we were at August 23rd 2 years ago. It's just, it's bonkers. And I reached out to my buddy who runs the Hawaii Bowl there on Oahu. So that's not where the fires are, but it's just talking to him and hearing just what's happened to their state. So we'll talk to Timmy, not obviously necessarily about the fires, because this wasn't a thing when we did, but just the pride of those players in that program.
The islands, it's who they are.
Yeah. All right, when we come back, he almost got a Super Bowl ring. There's a debate. Is he well, at least a chance for a Super Bowl ring? Is he an NFL quarterback? He's one of the best quarterbacks of the era. He's retired, but he almost got his chance to get his ring out of retirement. How does that work? Next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
Makes a little sports analysis.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With You're Covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
AM 610, the sports animal.
We've had the conversation, is he a Hall of Famer? Is he not a Hall of Famer? Is he a Hall of Famer? And JJ says if we're going to have the conversation, then he's not a Hall of Famer, right? And this one, I think he will be a Hall of Famer. I think simply because he's got 10 kids. He's a Hall of Famer. Is Phillip Rivers a Hall of Famer?
No.
You say flat out no. Is Phillip Rivers a Hall of Famer?
I agree with JJ.
Why? Because he didn't win?
He's a Hall of Very Good.
He's Hall of Very Good. His numbers will stack up with many Hall of Famers. But he didn't win a Super Bowl, right? So is that I mean...
Not necessarily a Super Bowl. I just never felt that Phillip Rivers was an elite quarterback.
Well, okay. I think he's going to get there. Is he a better quarterback than Eli over his career? I know Eli won too, but who do you think was a better quarterback?
I think Phillip Rivers was a better quarterback in regards to the stats and advantage perspective of the offense. Eli Manning had like 2 unbelievable years.
So Rivers had, right, they were both drafted in the same draft. They were traded for each other. Rivers had like 2,000 more yards. Rivers had like 31 more touchdowns. He had, you got to show me interceptions. Rivers had a better, like Rivers' stats are better.
Yeah, almost up and down the line.
I mean, up and down the line, Rivers' stats are better.
Yeah, I did not expect that either. But when you look at it from this perspective,
and we all think Eli's a Hall of Famer, right? Or we all think he's going to get in. How about that? There's many people who think he's going to get in that don't think Eli's a Hall of Famer, but he won 2 Super Bowls, so I think he's going to get in, right? So if Eli gets in, how is this guy not a Hall of Famer? Just asking. Playing devil's advocate.
I think it does come down to the Super Bowls.
Manning, 4-time Pro Bowler. Rivers, 8-time Pro Bowler. 2013 AP Comeback Player of the Year. By the way, Ben Roethlisberger was in that same draft. Hall of Famer, right? Ben Roethlisberger? Out of the 3 of them, you know who's got the most yards?
Philip Rivers?
I would think of Big Ben, but
Philip Rivers.
really,
Rivers, 59, 271, almost 60,000 yards. Second, Manning, 57,023. So that's 2,200 yards more, 2,200 yards more. And then Ben at 56,545, just behind him. Career records. Who has the best record as a quarterback of the 3 of them?
Of the 3 of them?
Yeah, Rivers, Manning, Roethlisberger. How would you rank them? How do you think they rank 1, 2, 3 winning percentage?
Well, percentage?
Yeah.
It might be. I'll go Big Ben, Rivers, Manning.
That's how it is. Yeah, I mean Roethlisberger by far, 144 wins, 77 losses, and a tie. I mean by far. Rivers 123 and 101. Manning was 500 quarterback, 117.
I think Eli Manning's not a Hall of Fame quarterback,
but he will get in.
He had 2 unbelievable postseasons.
Yep. The other guys both have 2 rings
And a whole lot of average.
Are any of those guys? Ben's a Hall of Fame quarterback, right?
Yes. I think the winning is what elevates Ben Roethlisberger over Philip Rivers. Like Philip Rivers, at some point, man, are we putting 11 dudes in the Hall of Fame every year?
Maybe.
Like, are they really that Hall of Famers just because you put up yards in the NFL in an era where everyone can throw the football?
Yeah, maybe.
How about being 5-7 in the playoffs, Philip Rivers?
So no, I'm with you. I'm okay if Philip Rivers is in a Hall of Famer, but I was just playing devil's advocate. So let me give you some. Well, the playoff stats are, obvious. Anyway, Philip Rivers almost got a ring, or at least a chance at a ring, and you're like, well, Jeff, he's retired. How the hell was that going to happen? Who was just giving him a ring? Here, buddy, I miss you.
I got one more thing on Eli Manning.
Yeah.
In his postseason career, 2 Super Bowls, and he was good.
Yeah.
He was very good. The throws, the helmet catch, Mario Manning him down the sideline. Do you realize in the other 4 playoff appearances for Eli Manning, they were 1 and done?
Okay. I didn't realize that, but that, I don't know that it surprises me. 18 touchdowns, 9 interceptions in the postseason for Eli. Ben 30 and 24, which is crazy. So how did he almost get a ring, Philip Rivers? Well, the Niners, Jeff, he never played for the Niners. I know, but he almost did. If the Niners would have beaten Philadelphia somehow in that NFC Championship game, that was the game where Brock Purdy got hurt. And who was the other quarterback? Was it Jerron Jackson? Who was the remember? Who was their other quarterback? You can't even remember who got hurt. I can't either.
Purdy, Trey Lance.
Well, Purdy was already hurt.
Lance
Lance was already hurt.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, but they ran a dude out there in that game that was number 2. Garoppolo and Lance didn't suit for that game. It was Brock Purdy, and then the hell got hurt before they ran Christian McCaffrey out there. It was Jaron. Anyway, if they would have won that game, Mike Shanahan's son Kyle Shanahan said that Philip Rivers was prepared to come out of retirement and be the quarterback in the Super Bowl. Philip Rivers, can you imagine what that story would have been? Now, I don't know if he would have won the Super Bowl, but he could have got his ring that way. Would you have felt differently if he came out of retirement, won them a damn Super Bowl? Would he be a Hall of Famer?
You'd have a Disney movie.
You'd have a Disney movie.
In the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
It was Josh Johnson.
That's who it was. What was I? I knew it was a JJ. What was I saying? Jaron Jackson. It was Josh Johnson. Yeah.
They called the Memphis Grizzlies forward.
Josh Johnson. Is that what you said?
Josh Johnson.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember, he was the backup quarterback, and he got broken. Then they ran Purdy back out there to hand off, and then they brought McCaffrey out there to run some sort of a wildcat. Then they brought Purdy back out there to hand off again. And I mean, they just, first NFL team in history that there was no threat of running the football or throwing the football. It was, but yeah, they were going to bring Phillip Rivers out of retirement. He was prepared to, said Kyle Shanahan. Now, that stuff we talked about throughout the whole year. We would have had to have seen how that was for the Super Bowl, but that was the plan for most of the year, end quote. So evidently, he was their emergency quarterback all year. If for some reason they got to that point, and look, they were down to Mr. Irrelevant. They were down to a point of what they thought was desperation. They just hit lightning in a bottle with Brock Purdy.
So apparently they did contact him after week 13.
Yeah.
So for them, they could have messed the whole thing up by bringing Phillip Rivers in. And then you never have Brock Purdy.
That's right. That's right. 100%. Yes. Yeah. Remember, it was Purdy tore his ulnar collateral ligament in his right elbow, and then Josh Johnson got the concussion. and then Christian McCaffrey was out there taking snaps. 505-246-0610. Art, you're on The Sports Animal. Hello, Art.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Good. How you living?
Here.
Yeah, it's good to hear you. What's happening?
Good. So, I have a question. About 2 days ago, I didn't get a chance to talk to JJ because San Diego State did another thing. I just want to get caught up as far as what you know. What was the thing that they had done currently, and what do you think is going to happen?
All right, and we're going to get into that. Thanks, Art. I'm going to answer you off the air, but thanks for the call. So what have they done? Evidently, JJ, their president, Adela De La Torre, was working on something, and I don't believe it to be. And J.D. Wicker, their athletic director, denied it. But the report is that their president was working on some sort of a potential cobbling of what was left of the Pac-4, some Mountain West schools, and some American Athletic Conference schools. So it would have been like the four that were left, probably San Diego State, Boise State, Fresno State, UNLV, and some combination of New Mexico or, Colorado State would have been there, right? And then bringing in a SMU and a Memphis and trying to do some kind of conference like that. That didn't go anywhere, right? That's what the reports were.
Try to get the top of these conferences, make the Pac-4 happy so they'd slide in and go forward.
Yeah. And when we come back, we're going to get into the latest on what's going on there. And I find it incredibly rich that Stanford now, I don't know about the academics of some of these institutions. It's not like every damn institution was Stanford and Harvard in the Pac-12. Latest on what's going on there and why the Mountain West has said, quote, "We are open to everything." It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal.
Brought to you by the Albuquerque Journal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers, they maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
To happen with the ACC. Good morning to you. Thanks for being with us on the opening drive on The Sports Animal. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. We got this fluid situation that changes. It feels multiple times daily. And I was on a number of calls yesterday, and I got probably, if I was on 3 calls, I got 3 different feels of the way this is going from people, JJ, who I trust, who I know are very, very connected in the process, whether it's with television networks, whether it's with the conference, whether it's with schools, whether it's with other conferences. And while there's really similar themes, everybody's kind of got a different, well, I'm telling you, this is what's going on. I know this is going on. I just talked to this person, right? Yeah. And so, while I think they're all telling the truth, nobody knows exactly what's going on. That's kind of what Gloria Navarro said. Here's the latest right now. It feels like the Pac-12, the Pac-4, if they're accepted to the ACC, they're going, right? All 4 schools, correct? If the ACC wants to branch. They
talked about all 4.
If they have. I think it's really down to Stanford and Cal right now. If the ACC decides that they want to go from Syracuse, New York, to Berkeley and Palo Alto, that I think those two schools would go. If not, the Mountain West would be in a position. Now, the American Athletic Conference is also making noise about taking all four of those schools, all four of the Pac-12 remnants. The Mountain West has to be strong and aggressive here and not let those schools go to the AAC. If they grab those schools, they are the fifth best conference in America, the Mountain West, period, right?
Yes.
I mean, there's no argument. The AAC just lost Houston, Central Florida, Cincinnati, and the Mountain West would be adding those schools, even if it's non-football for Stanford and Cal. Even if Stanford and Cal decide, and Gloria said everything's on the table. Right? I know the charter says that schools to join the Mountain West have to play football. They can amend the charter. Hawaii is an only football school. They've got a model for that. If Stanford and or Cal want to go play independent football and be a member in other sports, you're like, yep, we're in. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So the answer would be then you'd be a 16-team league or 15 teams in basketball. Fine. I mean, 15, who cares? Why do you have to be symmetrical? You don't. Right? You would be 16 theoretically, or if those two want to go play independent football, you'd be 13 in football. Fine. You're strong. You added two pretty decent brands, I think, in Oregon State and Washington State. I find it rich that Stanford is sitting here with this, well, I don't know if we want to be associated with those schools that aren't on our academic level. With all due respect, and I've got good friends, really, really good friends who went to Washington State. I've got nothing but affection for my time up there. I know people, really bright people, successful people at Oregon State. But since when were those two schools ever considered incredible high-end academic institutions? With all due respect.
Since never.
When was Arizona State that?
You're a Pac-12 school.
What makes Arizona State, Washington State, Oregon State better academic institutions than, I don't know, New Mexico, San Diego State? I mean, I get it. The Boise State's another story. UNLV may be another story. San Jose State's a pretty good school, dude. New Mexico is a flagship institution, a pretty good school. I'm not telling you they're Harvard, but where does Stanford get off all of a sudden? Yeah, no. I got it. UCLA, Cal Berkeley, UNSC. Okay, I'll give you that. Is Washington I'm going through the process right now. I will tell you this: there's an app, right? So you go on and you see how hard it is to get into schools, and it's kind of an identifier of the
academic standards.
Right? San Diego State is harder to get into than Oregon or Washington.
Really?
Yes.
And part of that too is just the assumption that it trickles over. If you're a sports fan, it's power conference teams, and
100%.
They're all just better than everyone else, and that's not the reality. The big issues for Oregon State and Washington State, and I understand them, is there's so many people right now that are saying you're not worth it. Get over it. You're going to join the Mountain West, move forward, let's go. But it's also dealing with the reality of you've set your athletic department budget a certain way, and how do you continue with that? How do you adjust to that new reality?
It takes
now
time.
Because
and they're in debt.
Yeah, and because the state's not all of a sudden going to come to you and say, "Oh, here is a ton of money from us to overcome the TV revenue that you're supposed to have that you don't have anymore," as that school. In a couple of years, could the Mountain West get a better deal with these schools? Yes, but it's still not going to be a $20 million deal.
Right. Well, and maybe you go and try to get a Cal deal, right? What's the number? Is it 13 million, 15 million? There's something. UCLA, from the UC Board of Regents, University of California Board of Regents, when UCLA went to the Big Ten, remember there was that whole thing, Gavin Newsom, their governor, jumped in. No, we don't want that. We can't. And part of the deal was, out of that, what is it, $70 million a year they're getting out of their TV deal at UCLA? They've got to give, I want to say it's somewhere between $13 and $17 million a year to Berkeley. They've got to give off that, so they're giving them some money. So Cal's got, but Cal, I saw the other day, Cal's athletic department was like $241 million in debt.
Yeah, this is a model that's not great, and that's why you get it. You're chasing these TV dollars, but it's it's broken it even more.
Well,
It's
you're
not
spending at a
it's-
level
Yeah,
that-
it's not helping anything because you're chasing the money to spend more money.
All right. So speaking of the money, then, because how is this going to be done? You've got for the Mountain West to break up, you need 9 out of the 12 schools to say, yeah, let's go without to waive buyouts. So that's why the thought is they're going to stay together. There's a story in the San Jose Mercury News this morning by John Wilner talking about the Pac-12's money, because what's there, we've talked about the units, the money that's there. Those 4 schools now are the lone voting members of the Pac-12. So they control whatever cash there is to be controlled. And he read the bylaws there. And it says the 8 outgoing schools could be entitled to their standard revenue shares for this season, which they should be, right? 2023, 2024, they're all in there. So that would greatly diminish the available funds for continuing members. So the question was asked, could the revenue be withheld, JJ? Because, right, they're all there. That you would assume Utah, Arizona State, USC, they're getting the revenue this year. Lawyers are going to get into this, and there'll be what are real damages inflicted upon the 4 remaining schools. The Pac-12 finished last year, the 2022 fiscal year, with $42.7 million in assets. Okay, that's their emergency reserve funds, which are controlled by the presidents. The presidents now, the 4 remaining schools, control that 42.7. So there's that money there, whatever that means to you. Okay, the payments owed to Comcast, they owe money to Comcast for the network, will be deducted from the campus distributions to all 12 schools in the spring, not touching that big money. So in the event the 4 remaining schools dissolve the league together, it's unclear where the money would go. So they've got that money that they're worrying about. I don't know if that matters to you, but what matters is where they go in. The lean today, this morning, is Washington State, Oregon State in some sort of a Pac-12 merger. And I could see Stanford joining in non-football sports. And then Cal can't go independent, can they? Is Cal a big enough brand to go independent as opposed to join the Mountain West?
Probably easier for them than some other schools we see that are independent.
Who? UMass? That's the only one. Who? I mean, it's not easy for any of them, first of all. That's why BYU, after 12 years, joined a league, and they're not that brand. We talked yesterday about what name. Sounds like Gloria Navarez likes the Pac-12 name. But that's where we are this morning. It's fluid. It's changing. It's moving. It's.
What would you like to see? What do you think is the best outcome for the Mountain West?
For the Mountain, well, okay, so that's 2 different things. Okay. Oh, well, I don't even know if it is. I don't even know. The best outcome for the Mountain West is those 4 teams join the Mountain West as full members. Is that arguable?
No, that's okay.
The best outcome for the Mountain West is Cal, Stanford, Washington State, and Oregon State joined. It's a 16-team league. You've got those 4 brands join the league. They're full members. You get a better TV deal. Your next one, you continue with Fox and CBS, right? And bring in some sort of Apple Streaming wants to come in and test out what they're doing. You've got that option right now. And you can merge that and see if there's still some appetite. It won't be $20 million a team, but even if you can get $5 million a team from Apple to stream a portion of the games, so still have linear broadcast with CBS Sports and Fox like the Mountain West has now. And if Apple wants to come in and test their streaming and see how successful it is, and say here's $5 million per team, and see what kind of success they have with that, and some sort of hybrid. I don't know if they would be willing to do that, because would you buy the streaming package for a shorter amount of games? They'd have to price it accordingly. But it's not arguable. The best scenario.
That is
best
West. Case scenario. And when you look at it, from a Stanford and Cal, and they're sitting there with their academics and they're better than everybody. If they take a step back, and it's going to be hard for everyone to figure out the finances, remaining Pac-12 teams, just because they have to adjust everything. But if I'm Stanford, I'm going, you know what, guys? We can still have our academic standards, and things might look a little bit better for us competing in the Mountain West than against those Pac-12 teams all the time.
Maybe, yeah. Look, Stanford's had success at the Pac-12 level. I know we got a break, DC. I know we're running late. It's not like Stanford's been also. Yeah, their football team's down now. Go back and look over the last 2 decades. They've had some damn good football teams. They've been to the Rose Bowl. They put out Andrew Luck, and they put they got a 36 teams department. Like Stanford's athletic department is spectacular.
Yes,
is spectacular. All right, I want more on this. We're going to wrap this up when we come back, because how the ACC plays into this is really interesting as well, and the latest from that side of this on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
Email machine this morning, Jeff at sports@WABQ.com or JJ at sports@WABQ.com. It's about the big banquet tonight and the hardware tonight. And he says, who gets the belt, Jeffrey and Juan Jose? Does Derek Charles walk off with the hardware or does it go to the former producer? I mean, it's an interesting question. I don't know. I mean, you're our guy. It's got to be you, right?
My name is listed.
Your name's on it? So then it's you. Well, that makes it pretty easy. All right, then. Yeah, if you're on it, you're on it. And so it'd be. There you go, Dan. That's your answer. All right, I want to wrap up the thought on this Mountain West stuff. So the ACC is considering the possibility of a combination of all four remaining Pac-4 members, Oregon State, Washington State, but more likely Stanford and Cal. If the ACC passes, and it seems like it's lukewarm, doesn't it? And the ACC, again, just so you're familiar with who we're talking about now, the ACC is, at least currently, Florida State and Clemson, right? And then it's teams like North Carolina and Duke and Wake Forest and Boston College and Georgia Tech and Louisville and Syracuse and Pittsburgh and Virginia Tech. That's that league. So somehow they would go from Boston to Berkeley. There's got to be a song in there, dude. There's got to be a song from Boston to Berkeley. And that would be their league. Now, if they decide not to, it's not a guarantee that the Mountain West gets those teams. The American Athletic Conference is trying to be very aggressive. Now you're like, Jeff, what's left in the American? Fair question, right? Temple, well, okay, whatever. Tulane went to the Cotton Bowl last year. They won the Cotton Bowl. Remember Tulane in New Orleans? That's a big market. It's a high academic institution that Stanford wants, right? Very, very highly respected academic institution. Them and Navy would fit that, and Rice. Rice is a superior academic institution. So that would make Stanford go, oh, okay, we kind of like Tulane and Rice and Navy. But remember the teams that just left, right? Houston left, and Cincinnati left, and Central Florida. So the American now looks like this, and there's a lot of teams. It's Charlotte and East Carolina, and Florida Atlantic and Memphis and Navy, and North Texas, Rice, SMU, who's trying to get out, South Florida, Temple, Tulane, Tulsa, UAB, and UTSA. Is that more attractive? I mean, it's certainly not more attractive than Washington State and Oregon State than the Mountain West, right? There's nothing there, although their TV revenue right now is more. But long term, there's nothing there that's more attractive than Washington State and Oregon State, right? I would think.
Revenue is more because it's the former members.
Right. That's what I'm saying. For the long term, going forward, what makes that?
And if you're Washington State and Oregon State too, you're taking a hit in your budget. And you're not putting your teams on a plane to East Carolina or like anywhere over
there. How are
there.
you not? I mean, if you're in the league, you are, right?
But you can't afford it.
That's my point.
It's not the Big Ten money.
No, that's my point.
Yeah,
you're playing in the same league as Temple. You're going to Philly. You're going to Boston. You're going to Syracuse.
Different conversation.
It
still stinks, but Washington and Oregon And well, we got $50 million to deal with this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're not going to Boston and Syracuse. You're going to Charlotte. And where's East Carolina? Asheville, I think.
With not a $50 million budget?
No.
That makes no sense for Oregon State.
You're going to Annapolis. No, it doesn't make sense. So that's what we know for now. You're welcome to get in. I know you've been getting in a lot. Well, Jeff, Arizona State is an AAU member. Forks Up. Yeah, no, Arizona State's a nice, really good academic institution. Was it a rip on anyone? It's just kind of to say they're not exceedingly better than some of the schools that they might get associated with. That was the point. All right. Want to hit red zone? Are we ready for that yet? Red zone, we come back. Coming off of NFL football last night. Nick Nay's going to be with us at 9 o'clock. We'll get you a golf tip. 9:30, Hawaii's coach, Timmy Chang. With everything going on in Hawaii, it's very, very timely to hear from a guy from the islands. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Well, you got the footy last night, didn't you? You got a little look at C.J. Stroud, a itty bitty, wee bitty look at C.J. Stroud last night. Little bitty look. 11 plays, 4 passes, 1 interception. What do you think as the Texans beat the Patriots behind? Davis Mills and Case Keenum. Good morning to you. Opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, DC. Is it your initials on there, or is it your real name on the that'll be on the trophy tonight?
I think the actual real name.
All right. DC's going to be at the banquet tonight. The New Mexico broadcasters, so all the big dogs in town will be there. To me, all all the hobnobs. The bourbons at the main bar, I think, were $24 if you get a drink there. Just so you know.
So we're drinking cheap tonight.
Well, that's right. Remember that one last year? 2 drinks for $50. I'm like, whoa, where am I? Vegas?
Can I return these?
McAllen's.
I'm in
24 years.
I went to Vegas all of a sudden. Yeah, we get to go and 7. What did I tell you? 7 out of 8. I think it's 10 out of 12. We've been honored. Never, ever will take those for granted. And appreciate all the people who listen to the show every day. Appreciate you taking the time to spend some time with us every day. There's a lot you can be doing, and I know now with school schedules are changing and all that stuff, but super appreciative of the fact that you all spend some time with us every morning here on the Sports Animal. All right, it is time to get into the red zone. Hopefully, we have a little bit better luck with our 2-minute drill in the red zone than Aaron Rodgers did against the Carolina Panthers in a controlled scrimmage the other day, because I don't want to get upset now.
How much you want to make a bet I can throw a football over the mountains?
Are you crazy? I'm saying you're a football player.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to Tom Brady this game.
You're in the red zone with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Let's go, baby!
It's 1st and goal.
All right, we touched on this a little bit, but Houston Texans rookie wide receiver Tank Dell, great name, made a very strong first impression on Thursday night. However, this was the first game of preseason. So after last night's games, is anyone new on your radar for either regular football or fantasy?
You or me? You want to go first? I think one guy that popped up a little bit might be Jalen Reagor. That I remember that he's still in the league in Minnesota. And I really like Jordan Addison. I know he only caught 1 ball. He was targeted 3 times yesterday. So I go to the other game, the Seattle Minnesota game, as far as for that's concerned. These are always those games where you think you're finding someone. Not sure I love Tank Dell, although he was targeted 8 times. So yeah, if he's targeted 8 times again in the next one, I might start to look at Tank Dell. There's guys I'm looking at that I like. It was good to see Xavier Valladay, the former Wyoming running back, carry the ball 4 times. But if you're asking me, did anybody jump onto my radar? No. I mean, just remember that Justin Reagor was still in the league.
For me, the thing that would be something to watch for, Tank Dell got targeted by Davis Mills and Case Keenum. And if C.J. Stroud struggles, Tank Dell could be a valuable wide receiver 3 because he already has the trust of those quarterbacks.
2nd and goal.
Ready, down, put.
All right, so there are 6 more games tonight, 6 tomorrow, and 2 on Sunday. Which one of these 14 matchups is most intriguing to you?
For me, it starts with Sean Payton, Russell Wilson, because we're getting 15, 18 plays out of them, Broncos and Arizona. That is tonight. And then I'm going right to the other rookie quarterbacks. I want to see how they look. I want to see how they function. I want to see how much time they're given this weekend.
So a couple for me. I guess Justin Fields is going to play. I want to see the Bears and Titans a little bit. I want to see how he looks. And then I'm interested in the last one, 49ers Raiders, because I as much as you're going to tell me Brock Purdy's available and I want to see what Sam Darnold looks like. I want to see what do the Niners have at quarterback. So yeah, I'll watch the first part of a bunch of these games. I will watch to see what all the rookies. Is Jordan Love playing for the Packers tonight? Do we know that?
I believe he is. I just don't know what kind of pitch count he'll be on.
All right, because that one's intriguing then too for 2 reasons. If Jordan Love plays, I want to see what he looks like. And B, with Joe Burrow potentially out for the first game or two of the season, what am I looking at as far as the Cincinnati Bengals and looking at behind Joe Burrow, and what do they look like? Quarterback. He already went.
3rd and goal.
All right, so NFL.com Power Rankings currently has the Jets ranked at number 8 overall over the Dolphins, Lions, and Jags. Considering all we've seen from this new Jets team so far is one preseason loss, are they overrated?
Maybe. Does it matter? They might be. But I have them over. I mean, yeah, I have them over the only one there I don't have them over is the Lions. Or I'm sorry, over the Dolphins. Yeah, 7, 8, 9, right in that area is about where they should be. Their defense is really good. They have Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if you heard about this. Aaron Rodgers is their quarterback. I did finally watch that Hard Knocks last night. It wasn't horrible. I mean, when the voice came in a helicopter, that was pretty freaking good. Overrated? No, I think 6, 7, 8, 9, right in there is about right.
I would have Miami and Jacksonville ahead of the Jets just right now, because there is major concern about the offensive line. I mean, you still have Robert Saleh talking about it. The unknown, maybe moving one of your guards out to tackle. That's going to be a make or break thing for the Jets, because it doesn't matter if Aaron Rodgers is able to still have it if there's zero protection that derails your whole season.
4th and goal.
Did I stutter? Beer me.
All right, so it's Friday and fantasy drafts are live this weekend. Do you have any busts or musts hidden up your sleeves?
Yes. Oh, wait, it's your turn.
Is there anything I feel comfortable telling you in case my friends are listening? Is that what you're asking me right now?
It's kind of what I was thinking, the same damn thing, dude. Yes, I do. And they're
my secrets? You want me to give them out right now?
Yeah, you just said 1 o'clock. Yeah, I got bust. And I got yeah. Yeah, I won't be drafting Sam Darnold. How about that?
Seems wise.
Do you?
All right, I got, from all the research I've been doing, a really good wide receiver 2 that you're going to get with pretty good value, because the stats were terrible and no one believes in this offense. But the metrics are there for a really big turnaround. Steelers wide receiver Deontay Johnson.
Because he doesn't get in the end zone? Everybody loves him now. Yeah. All right. You want me to give you one?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Jalen Reagor. There you go.
That's a good one. I do like that. It's funny you said reminding people he's still in the league, because I kind of forgot.
He's not even going to crack the top 3 in Minnesota.
I know he's not. Go draft him.
Yeah, go draft him.
All right, that's your red zone. And for today, we'll do it again on Monday. What I got on line 1? Am I going there? All right, 505-246-0660. Do you have a draft this weekend?
No.
I mean, it's kind of nuts that I do, but I guess I 1:30 tomorrow. When am I supposed to go hit golf balls and figure out if I can hit a driver on Sunday morning? Picked up a golf club since we played. Remember when we turned 15 years old 2 weeks ago?
It seems way more than 2 weeks ago, but I do.
I think that's the last time I held a golf club.
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm going to need a golf tip from Nick Nee today. We'll do that. It's brought to you by San Diego Golf Club. That's coming up at 9 o'clock this morning? 9 o'clock this morning. And then when we hit the 9:30 hour, you're going to hear from Timmy Chang. He is the head coach at Hawaii. And with everything that's going on in Maui, and it just seemed like it was a really timely piece to have that conversation with him today. It's a conversation, obviously, we had back at Media Day, but he talks about what being from the islands mean, and to his players, to him, to the fan base there, that program, it's everything to them. And I think you're going to really enjoy that conversation with a guy who is from there, who played there, who left there, and then came back there and is trying to resurrect that program. And now, I mean, JJ, with everything that's going on in that state, granted, it's not on Oahu, on the island where the University of Hawaii is. It is in their state, and that is a very, very proud, tight-knit people. And I think people will enjoy the conversation with Timmy.
It talks about what those islands mean to them, the culture, how important it is. And it hits home, seeing those images and then hearing from the guys.
All right, when we come back, you brought it up. What do you expect? What should you expect? When will you hit the panic button? Is he a smooth operator? Bronco country, let's ride. Russell Wilson's going to be playing quarterback tonight. What do you expect on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610? The Sports Animal.
Mitch, there's a line drive right at the shortstop for out number 3.
Apodaca ripped to left field. That will bounce in, so it's going to be extra bases as they'll have to chase that one at the wall in the warning track. Flipped up, there's no play at home. So it's an RBI double for Andrew Apodaca. Runner at third. High leverage spot. Can Chavez keep the tie? No, that's going to be cracked into left field. It's a base hit as Love puts the Sandia Matadors ahead for the first time today.
The 0-2. It's upstairs, goes to backstop, and the run will not score. Gun down at home.
Chavez rocks and fires. Ahmed, that's going to be an RBI for Ahmed as that one right through the gap in right center. Petrie will scoop that one, and it's looking like a triple as Ahmed plugs into third base, and what a way to score that run for the Matadors.
Coach Romero barking out his orders there to his players. He's been around the game for a long time. Nice shot to center field. That'll bring runners in. Just like that, La Cueva will bring 3 runners in to go up 3-0. Runner advances to third. Shot to center. That looks good. That's gone. Man, outstanding center shot there. As La Cueva will score. Antonio Lucero, second baseman, quite the hitter. Shot to third, and good catch. And she gets the out. Outstanding play by Trinity Bazan. Nice bright spot.
Costly errors allowed Cleveland to get 1 run back. That one sent on the ground to the left side. Throw to first in time. Throw home. Got her! Whoa, what a play!
Next door or something. Not sure, but they came out here, and Ellison cracks an RBI out to left field. That's where you got to do it. 1 run, 2 run, and this game could very well be over. It's a play at the plate. It's sliding, and that will do it. The Rams walk off the La Cueva Bears. It's a 3-run batted in shot by Dean Ellison.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area.
For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Oh. That's Sea Level Hole last week, by the way.
If you got your funky bus fare.
That made it Friday? All right, real quick before I go to the phones, what do you expect out of Russell Wilson? JJ told you what he expects out of him. What do you need to see out of your guy this weekend? It's the first preseason game, and it's Sean Payton who's going to fix your quarterback.
First of all, I need to see no turnovers. He has to have some pocket awareness. I don't want him to. I just need to see some mobility and a lack of turnovers.
They play tonight. You're going to have the game on the phone at the banquet?
I like to watch these games on the L22 afterwards.
Oh, that's a good way. Yeah, check you out. L22 is nice.
It is so nice. I love it.
He says no turnovers. I mean, that would be a good start.
Yeah. It's confidence. Because that there was just a lack of that last year in that offense.
I just want to see a guy who looks like he belongs. That, to me, that's the first step. A guy that looks like he's confident that he's in charge, that show me something, dude. Yeah, it's almost the intangibles to me. Like, yeah, stop throwing the ball away. Yeah, I get that. But literally, if I'm a Bronco fan, I just need to see the intangibles. I need to see a guy who's in charge and belongs.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I need to see that he is in charge of that offense.
Yeah. All right, 505-246-0610 is the Sports Animal's phone number. It's also the text line. Jess, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Good day, sir.
Good day, gentlemen. I'll still never forget the days back in the day. My kid was about 6, 7, 8 years old, driving to school Friday mornings, and him just listening to you guys and then turning to me and go, Dad, I don't get it, Dad. I don't know what's going on here.
I love it.
One day he'll understand. It's still literally one of my favorite memories ever.
Wait till he gets
him still to this day figuring out what a Hull Friday is.
That's right. 15 years later.
Beautiful.
Yep. Yeah.
I know this is a couple weeks old, but I've been talking about it for years. And, well, when we talked about the UNM golf scandal, Jeff, I told you he was going to get off. He was going to get off years ago, I told you. What a waste of our time, what a waste of our tax dollars.
No doubt.
Of course, something went on, but they always get away with it.
Well,
they always get away with it.
I would argue it's a waste of our tax dollars because, I think he made a mistake. I don't think he did anything criminal. I don't think he stole money. I don't think he should have gone to jail. I mean, I know you and I differ on that. I think there were way bigger crimes. We're talking about like $13,000 or $25,000 that he repaid that they took money out of the wrong bucket. Like you and I probably differ on this one, and you and I see the same on a lot of things. But I think it was more a mistake than something that he tried to steal money, and I don't think he should have gone to jail for this. I think it was a waste to spend so many resources prosecuting this.
Yeah, that's what I meant on the waste of time. Because it was never going to happen anyway, and a lot of this is sometimes paperwork, right?
Yep.
Creative paperwork,
yep.
Whatever it is. I'm super excited. What it is about this time of the year that just makes the hair on your neck stand up. And Jeff, we're just willing to watch bad football. I'm excited to watch that third quarterback in line. Everything about it exciting. Watch Hard Knocks, and I'll tell you, it's like deja vu for me. It's rough. It's rough. It was rough when Favre, and I had to watch him play for the Vikings and rooted for him because I was pissed about that situation. And I'll tell you, I'm pissed about this situation, and it's going to be hard for me not to root for the Jets. And I'll tell you, I think they're going to be good. And when you got a chip on your shoulder like Rodgers does, and everybody around, and you're watching those, the other players are just like, it uplifts the entire team. And that's kind of the spark sometimes you need. Just ask Tom Brady and ask the Tampa Bay Bucks how that went for them. You get one of the greatest of all times, and you just get him for a little bit, it completely changes your entire organization. And the Packers, I think it's going to be an up and down year as it should be, and I don't think it's going to be like that for the Jets. So it's going to be an interesting season.
Yeah, I think that's right. Oh, that's right. Enjoy it, though. Enjoy it. Now you got a new team to root for.
Thank you, boys.
See you later. Edward, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal.
Well, welcome back from San Diego. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed Cheesecake Factory and Hooters.
Yeah.
You don't have to answer.
Yeah.
Hey, good to hear Hall of Fame legend Jess. It's good to hear his voice. Quickly on the NFL, he touched on one of my points, and I came up with some storylines, the top storylines this year. By the way, JJ earlier this week had a guest on that broke down the current state of NCAA, the situation we're dealing with, and what his predictions were. It was an amazing guest. Very well done, and we'd love to hear from that guest again, JJ.
Must
so
have shared Edward's
I appreciate
opinions.
that.
Edward
number
likes
one.
guests who share his opinions. Yeah.
Say that one more time.
You like guests who share your opinions. Yes.
Oh, it's right. It's confirmation bias.
Yeah.
Storyline number one, can the Chiefs be the first team in 2 decades to repeat since the great Tom Brady did it 20 years ago, my friends?
Yep.
Storyline number two, Burrow, can he win the Super Bowl and become the best quarterback in the NFL? Because it's close. Yep. It's very close. It's closer than people think. 3, Hurts, can he repeat last year's performance and even improve on it? And then 4, can the 49ers win a Super Bowl with a young quarterback? Who knows what's going to happen there. And then the Jaguars are a great storyline. Can they play in the AFC title game, which I predicted they would when they drafted Lawrence? I said within 3 years they'd play in the AFC championship game. And then the Lions are an intriguing story. I think that's going to be really good. And then finally, how good is Herbert going to be with Kellen Moore? I think those are all intriguing storylines.
How good is Kellen Moore going to be with Herbert?
And then the Jets, right? So anyway, I hope you guys thoroughly enjoy this weekend. I appreciate you letting me share my thoughts, and have a nice weekend.
See you. What's a bigger story to you? Why can't clear line one? Okay, it's gone. How the difference that Kellen Moore makes on Herbert or Herbert makes on Kellen Moore?
I think it's going to be Kellen Moore on that offense because the Chargers were near the bottom of the league in yards per route, in air yards, and you're like, wait a second. You got Mike Williams, you got Quentin Johnson, you got Palmer.
Keenan Allen.
And Keenan Allen is going to operate underneath. That's where he's best at now. But now you add chunk plays, explosive plays to the offense.
All right, let me add some love to your life, some beauty to your life, some sweet deal to your life, some Route 66 diner to your life.
Maybe some chunk,
shakes.
which is okay.
Well, I think we'll have this conversation about the Jolly Rancher watermelon shakes.
It's time. You know what I saw in the store? You know what I saw in the store? Candy corners on the shelves.
It is.
It is.
He's not wrong.
It's yuck. Summer is here. Route 66 Diner. They are our sweet deal today. What's good?
What's good? It's beautiful outside.
It is perfect.
The weather's nice today.
Getting
That's
a little
good.
gooder. It's getting a little gooder. How you living over there?
Good. Doing good.
Good.
Thank you. Yes.
Here's our deal. For just $25, you get $50 worth of Route 66 Diners. You know Route 66 Diners are a sweet deal. Go to our website, sportsanimalabq.com. Click on it at 9 o'clock because they will be gone by probably 9:06, 9:04, 9:05, right in there. There's only 100 of them. Click on the sweet deal icon, and for $25, you get $50 to spend at Route 66 Diner. Comfort foods, shakes, best milkshakes in town. The Cruiser Club gets you a free milkshake, a free meal on your birthday. Do you know free appetizer on your anniversary? Do you know that too?
Like when you sign up?
Yeah.
Or
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Your anniversary of when you signed up. Yeah. So free milkshake when you first sign up, and then we want to keep you coming back.
Because you know what? My son did hear that commercial, and he flipped out. And he's like, free milkshake. Why are we not going there right
Seriously. Well, everything's a free milkshake to him. I mean, what the hell does
You don't pay for it?
Seriously.
True.
What was it not free to him? Here's what's going on right now. You got a back to school sale tomorrow and Sunday. Is that right?
Yes.
That's the 12th and 13th.
12th and 13th.
So bring your kids and get 2 kids meal for the price of 1. You're making this easy on us, Summer.
I'm trying. Yeah. Buy one, get one. Kids meals this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 12th and 13th. We've got cheeseburgers, Frito pie, chicken tenders, Sloppy Joe, all the favorites.
What are we going to do about this watermelon Jolly Rancher shake?
Yes, it does need to happen. I agree. Yes, I actually, after I was on with you guys last time, I did a little research on some like watermelon flavorings, looked in there. So yes, we need to do some testing, I think.
Yeah.
I'll get back
I
on
mean,
that.
I will clear my schedule for some
Seriously,
testing.
the OD special.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's wonderful. If for some reason somebody, and I don't know who that would be, maybe someone just got here. I mean, we got people moved to town. They don't know what the Route 66 Diner is. It is iconic. It is. I know that word's somehow tossed around, but your place really is. It's right down the road from UNM. If you meet someone, once every 8 months? I don't know what Route 66 Diner is. I mean, how do you explain your place?
I basically just tell them that it's kind of a retro step back in time to the 50s. We do our best to keep things pretty consistent, obviously with a modern twist. We sell all the old diner classics, burgers, fries, chicken fried steak, but then we also have our New Mexico classics, our huevos rancheros, enchiladas, tacos, and best milkshakes in the city for several years running. And it's more than just, coming to eat. It's an experience.
Bottom line is everything that's great. Like really, it's everything she just said. I mean, comfort foods,
It's what you want.
Milkshakes, great people, good music, great atmosphere. It's everything that's really, 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 really good.
We appreciate
And you know why this is going to work, Jeff?
Why?
Because best milkshakes in the city.
Right.
Best sports show in the city.
We won again. We're collecting the hardware. Tonight.
Yes,
7th time out of the
yes.
last 8 years.
Congratulations.
That's what somebody told me. So.
That's how it works.
See, we could award-winning milkshakes.
Yes, we go together. We really do. It's meant to be.
It is Route 66 Diner. It is always great to see you, Summer.
You as well.
Congratulations on all your success. How's that
Thank
little
you.
one?
She's good. 5 months already. It's crazy.
Is that how long it's been since you were here last time?
Close,
Almost
close.
done.
Yeah, she's growing like crazy.
All right. Well, take care of her, and we'll try to get people over, more and more people into your place. If you can take any more in.
Oh, I will. I will
All right,
fit anybody
excellent.
in. I appreciate it.
Sweet Deal goes live on our website, sportsaddleabq.com. Go there at 9 o'clock. Click on the Sweet Deal icon. $50 at Route 66 Diner for just $25. Get there early. Don't miss out. It is the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about. We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Some dudes dress up like big, suits, ties, the whole thing. Some dudes come in golf shirts.
Do they really? See, I'm thinking about. I haven't had to wear a suit for a long time, but I
don't wear a full suit.
No suit.
No. Well, you can. I mean, wear whatever you want.
It'd be weird for the producer to roll in fresh canali.
No, you should. I go full canali.
Like Step Brothers, they show up to the interview.
Yeah. No, I think you should. 505-246-0610. We're talking about the NFL. What do you expect out of Russell Wilson tonight? We asked you like your big storylines going into the season. Ray, thanks for holding. You're on the Sports Animal. Good morning, Ray.
How's it going, Jeff?
Good. How you living?
Hey, you got to help me out, buddy. Last week when you were gone, your two colleagues there, JJ and they were talking about the Denver Broncos, and they said that they should win their first two games. They should be favored because they're playing the Raiders and the Washington Redskins, and those are the two worst teams in the NFL. I don't know what they've been looking at, but I don't think the Raiders are the worst team, and Washington has a good defense. I think they're both better than the Denver Broncos. I want to know what your take on that. And then the Jets, I think they are overrated. I think Rodgers is going to end up getting hurt. they didn't do nothing for that offensive line. They got the same guys, and their quarterbacks got tore up last year. And I think the same thing is going to happen with Rodgers.
That's interesting. All right, Ray, I appreciate you. Thanks. So a couple things. I don't think the Raiders are one of the worst. I think
save him, Jeff. He needs someone to save him.
Will you dump line 3, please? Because I can't. Buttons aren't working for me. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm incapable. So I don't think the Raiders are one of the worst teams in the league. Now that may, well, it's funny. Okay, let me tell you this. This is going to go to your what is average conversation. Remember we had this the other day about quarterbacks. I don't think there are a lot of bad teams in the NFL. Now there are going to be teams. Obviously, somebody's got to win every game, and somebody's got to lose every game, theoretically, unless there's a tie. So I think there are teams that are not as good as others. There are teams that will finish in last place because, well, somebody's got to finish in last place. I look, if you ask me, as we sit here on August 11th, I don't know that I think Tampa Bay is very good. I don't think Houston's very good. I don't think Indianapolis is very good. And then I think there's some teams that are all in the same bucket. And I will put Denver in the same bucket that I would put the Raiders and, Washington, your first two opponents. I don't know that you guys said this. Did you guys say that they should be able to beat those? I will phrase that they can beat both those teams. But I will not sit here and say they should beat the Raiders in Washington. I don't know how you guys phrased it.
Well, DC thinks the Raiders are probably going to be the worst team.
Why do you think they're so bad?
A variety of reasons. I think this issue with Josh Jacobs is very big, and it's going to carry on for a while. So I think that's.
So you don't think he's playing this year?
I don't. I'm starting to think that he's actually going to hold out. And even if he does come back, I just think that there's too much drama there. I don't hate Jimmy G, but I don't see him being a top 10 type of quarterback. They lost Darren Waller. I think that's a huge loss.
That's a big loss.
Devontae Adams is still there, so he does have a weapon. But losing your tight end like that, I think, is going to be pretty impactful. So I don't know. I'm having a hard time thinking of.
I don't think they're real good either. But I just don't think they're first round pick contenders or first overall pick contenders. I think their defense should be decent, not great. If Jacobs doesn't play, I agree with you. They got big problems running the football. Garoppolo will fall in love with Devontae Adams. And I think Austin Hooper is going to be okay for him. But yeah, I can see them taking huge steps back. I just and I don't think they're as good as the top two teams. But I don't know why I would look at Denver and think
because those are
Denver's
two home
better.
games, and if you're going to be better, you should be able to beat the Raiders.
So you think they should win those two games? Okay, I don't.
Even when if you say, hey, these teams are in the same bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's the difference? 1.5 at home field?
Yeah, no, I think they can. I'm just not.
I think a lot of things can happen.
So they could start out 3-1.
And if Sean Payton is this dude, if Russell Wilson actually has anything left in the tank, you should be better than the Raiders at home, and you should be better than the Commanders, who, okay, they have a top 10 defense. They have the biggest question mark at quarterback in the NFL. Is Sam Howell. And that's even over a C.J. Stroud and Anthony Richardson.
Or Baker Mayfield.
Bryce Young. But it's the biggest question mark.
I agree with that. I agree with that. And I could see them starting out 3-1. But I can't sit here and say they should. And then they run in the Jets and the Chiefs and the Packers and the Chiefs and the Bills.
Then they're going to fall on their face.
I mean, welcome to October. Dude. Welcome because then it gets real. They almost have to start out quickly, or they will get buried. Right? I mean, they almost have to win 3 of the first.
Is it week 7 or week 8 that Jarrett Stidham will be starting?
7
against the Packers.
Yeah, I think after they lose
after
to Kansas
the Chiefs
City,
beat the tar out of them.
Yep, I think that's what happens.
So that would go along the lines of having
Wilson gets
bad weeks 1 and 2 then.
Correct. Well, I mean, you could still be okay, come out and be all right on the first 2 weeks, but Miami, Chicago, New York, Kansas City, that's 4 losses right there.
Most likely. Yeah, most likely. I'm not ready to sit here and tell you I think Denver's better than the Raiders.
But if you pick that game, you'd flip
yeah,
it.
Then you take the home team. No, I get it.
It's the same thing.
They can win. I'm just not ready to say I think they should.
Because that's a bottom 10 defense.
Which one?
In Vegas. How did they get better?
Yeah,
You have Max Crosby.
And that's what I like. And you're right. I mean, what's there? No, they could have problems. Josh McDaniels has not proven himself.
Especially
as a head coach.
Max Crosby too, coming out saying, "I'm not going to.
I'm about done." Yeah,
I'm not going to keep putting in the work if this team isn't going to play.
I'm about done. No, it could be a disaster there. It really could be. And if Josh McDaniels, I mean, kind of at some point he's going to have to prove he's a head coach, right?
You're right about that. I think a lot of people are wondering why he's still there. So
he had 1 year. Last year was his first year. Hey, here's the other one. I'll argue your point for you. I think they downgraded a quarterback.
I think that is a very good point. I think.
I'll argue your side. I just while I don't think it's a huge downgrade, I do think Derek Carr is better than Jim Garoppolo.
Yeah, I would take Carr, no brainer. I'd take him over Garoppolo for sure.
But they went the other way. So, yeah, all right, you're starting to lean me over your way. They may be not very good. Well, it could be a long year for them. Arizona shouldn't be very good either.
I think Arizona gets first pick.
So you think Arizona's the worst team in the league?
I do. They have so many questions.
So I will tell you that if Kyler Murray doesn't play, and it almost feels like there's no urgency for Kyler Murray to play. Are you kind of feeling that out of there? It's like, yeah, whatever. We got a new coach. We got to, like whatever. We're not very good. And if Kyler Murray doesn't play, they're going to be bad.
You know what I can't wait for?
What?
Week 17.
Who they play?
Denver at Las Vegas.
Why?
What a game that could be.
Are you going?
Jarrett Stidham revenge game.
Okay.
Sean Payton, does he have a new shiny toy going after Josh McDaniels?
The Jarrett Stidham revenge game.
Well, I mean, also Week 16 in New England.
Ooh.
Or I guess that's at home.
Another game that might not mean a damn thing.
The Jarrett Stidham return, though, means everything.
I'm kind of pulling for Clayton Tune to become the quarterback in Arizona. Is that all right?
I mean, Colt McCoy, Clayton Tune, I'd flip a coin.
No, Colt McCoy. It's Colt McCoy.
Here's a little story. A very, very close friend of mine is his cousin. And so I always kind of pull for him, but I've just never seen him do anything.
14 years in this league.
How has this guy been around 14?
Yeah, 14 years in this league.
Has done a dang thing.
I mean, and he's still getting paid, and he might be a starting quarterback.
You know why? Because he's the one guy that could be the lead in a country western movie stuff.
Colt McCoy.
He's got the name.
I'm Colt McCoy.
I'm Colt.
Brand new western.
I tell you what, if your name's Colt McCoy, you are not from Brooklyn. There ain't one dude from Brooklyn or Queens whose name's Colt McCoy. Now, there might be someone living there that moved there. But I'll tell you what, your name Colt McCoy. You're from Texas. You got to be from Texas.
Colt McCoy.
And when we come back, he is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Somebody this morning said it's close to he's being the best quarterback in the league. And he may not be available on opening day. Yes, it is time to be concerned about him. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to.
Preseason, you can watch what you want with the Broncos tonight. One guy you're not going to see for a while is the guy who's widely believed the number 2 quarterback in the league. Joe Burrow, Trevor Siemian, Jake Browning, Reed Sinnett. That's your depth chart behind Joe Burrow, who's got the calf. The coach, Zach Taylor, spoke 2 days ago about the timeline for the return for Joe Burrow. It's a few weeks from when I told you it was a few weeks. It's been a few weeks. A few is more than 2, right? How do you define a few? More than 2, less than 8? How would you define a few? 8 turns into a bunch, doesn't it?
A few weeks usually is 3 or more.
All right, 3 or more. That's where we are. More than 2, less than 8. That's how I would define few. How do you define few?
3 to 6.
3 to 6?
Yeah.
Then it turns into a bunch?
Yeah.
All right. I'm just telling you to be concerned. This is something that may linger. They've not given you, nor do they have to, by the way, given you any details. Is it a grade 4 strain? Is it, and I'm not looking to play doctor here because I don't know. I mean, I just know when I hurt my calf, it hurts. You ever strain your calf? It hurts. All that really, I guess, treatment and rest. There is a large belief now that Joe Burrow is going to miss the first week or 2 of the season. The question then becomes, how concerned should you be? And I would tell you, quite concerned. Because the first 2 weeks of the season for the Cincinnati Bengals are division games in a division that might be one of the toughest. They play at the Browns and they get the Ravens. How concerned are you guys about this and Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals?
If it is only 2 to 3 weeks of the regular season,
yeah,
I am not concerned.
Okay.
Because, well, they are not going to be favored at Cleveland. And by the way, Cleveland's a team that even Joe Burrow hasn't been able to beat. I think it's a 1-4 against them.
That's crazy.
The last couple of seasons. And then hosting the Ravens. You go to the back end of the schedule. That's when they'll see the Steelers twice. You get those return games with the Ravens and the Browns. So the division is still there for the Bengals, even if they do drop those first 2 games.
Well, it's going to be tougher because I was listening to something yesterday tell me that's the toughest division of football. Do you guys believe that's the toughest division of football? I don't know that I do. I know you yesterday told me the NFC North might be, right? Bears, Lions, Packers, and Vikings. What's the toughest division of football?
AFC North.
Do you think it is?
I think you have the best combination of offense and defense.
Well, I think you have the high. So the worst team in that division is the highest. Does that make sense? So the bottom isn't as low. Like I don't even, if you're going to tell me the Steelers, and it could be the Browns, I don't know. But all 4 of those teams are competitive. Do you have another division where they're all 4 competitive?
You'd expect the AFC East.
That's the other one, right? Where if the Patriots are the bottom of that, then you think they should be pretty good, right? It's those 2. Okay. AFC South is not very good. AFC West, I think, has 2 potentially bad teams.
I'm looking at this Bengals schedule,
Yeah.
and
You're
I'm
concerned now.
Very concerned.
Yeah.
I mean, after their bye week,
Yeah.
they really have. When I look at, there's only 2 games that I can say for sure I'd count that as a win. That's Houston, and then later on against Indianapolis. But I mean, that schedule is so tough that if he misses,
say he misses 2.
If he misses 2, that's at Cleveland, at home against Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
I think they go 0-2.
Okay. Then they go on the road to the Titans and Cardinals.
That could be a good way to make that up.
Yep.
So after week 5, maybe they're 3-2. Seattle, I don't count as a win. So if they're 3-3 after 6, I don't know. That last 11 is real tough.
Yeah, I think it's concerning.
tough. Yeah, you're gonna play tough games, but guess what? The Bengals with Joe Burrow are that tough game on the schedule for the opposing team.
No, that's
Bengals
right.
and Joe Burrow are better than the Seahawks in Cincinnati.
All right, when we come back, we're going to get your golf game a little bit better. Nick Nee, from the director of golf at San Diego Golf Club, is going to be with us. It's back to school time. It's hectic for parents. It's hectic for students, so you can calm things down. I suggest you make the call to On the Spot Automotive Detailing. Kids are in the car a lot, aren't they? Taking them back and forth from school to practice to home. They're in there a lot, and get it ready for them. It's one of my favorite things all year. It's when On the Spot comes to me and details my vehicle. So they come to wherever you are. Convenient for you. Home, okay, they'll do it in the driveway. You're at the office, they'll do it in the parking lot. Wherever and whenever it's convenient. It's a hectic time of year, so it's even more important than ever. Detailing inside, outside, everywhere when they're done. Your car looks, it feels, it smells like it's brand new. Remember when you took it off the lot, how much fun it was to be in your vehicle? That's what On the Spot Automotive Detailing will do for you. They also offer a 10% discount to our military and to teachers. Learn more. You can schedule online. Visit them On the Spot Automotive Detailing at otsdetailing.com.
I'm Colleen Wolfe with NFL Network Now on the Westwood.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Shoffley in a group at -4. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. It's time to make your golf game better. Talk a little golf, get you a tip, and get out to the beautiful San Diego Golf Club. This golf tip with Nick Nee, the director of golf out at San Diego Golf Club, is brought to you by the San Diego Golf Club. The director of golf at San Diego, Nick Nee, joins us. Good day, sir. How you living?
Living well. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. You doing all right over there? You got a little rain on the golf course. It got to be beautiful when the heavens opened up the other day, huh?
It was. We actually just got the tail edge of that cell that kind of ripped through the city, caused some flooding in some areas and some washout. But we got a little bit, so we'll take what we can get. And if we get a little bit more and sit on us for a little bit while, it'll get better. But temperatures are conducive to some regrowth from some of those hot spots, so we are certainly rebounding and excited for it.
Yeah, you're going to get right into that really, really fun time of year now where the weather's perfect and people are going to be going out. Hey, I got to ask your thoughts when you read the excerpts from the book. And I know Phil denied betting on the Ryder Cup in which he played. But when you saw the book that came out yesterday, that Phil Mickelson, and we all knew he loved to bet. And look, Phil, I asked the question yesterday, how will Phil be remembered? Will he be remembered the second best golfer of the generation, or will he be remembered for being the guy who shook hands? Will he be remembered for a gambler? Will he be remembered for a guy who went to live? You read that he bet over $1 billion. What were your thoughts?
I was shocked to read that figure. I knew it was obviously a hobby or an addiction, however you want to phrase it, but to hear that high of a number was a little shocking. You're watching the Michael Jordan, documentary. Obviously, he liked to gamble, but he never gambled on his own sport. So I think when you look at it in that context, it's a little concerning. I don't know that, it's just me personally talking. I don't know that I look at him as the second best golfer. I think there's a lot of question marks and things that kind of come up that, hopefully don't affect his legacy, because he was fun to watch, when him and Tiger were battling it out. But from gambling to now betting on the Ryder Cup when he's in it and bet $400,000 because he felt so confidently with Tiger Woods leading that team and him and Bubba as part of that, it was a little shocking to see. I don't know that I was entirely for it.
When it's all said and done, then, how will you remember Phil Mickelson? His legacy, when somebody says Phil Mickelson, you'll think of what?
Yeah, great question. I think it just has a bunch of different layers to it. When you look at him in terms of golf and what he was able to do, oldest man to win a major, it's pretty impressive. His battles with Tiger Woods, I think if you take him out of that Tiger Woods era, he's probably one of the greatest, right? But his timing when he hit the professional ranks and you had Tiger Woods there and he went on the tear that he was at top of the world golf rankings and winning, 66% of the time or whatever that astronomical figure is. And then you think later in his career with what he did to break free from PGA Tour and everything that went down with LIV and the PGA and where his stance was on it and continues to be his stance and some of the stuff that he's saying. So I think it's a lot of different layers. I think if you just look at it in terms of golf, it's, he's got a great career. He's got a great legacy. When you look at it, big picture, everything that goes around and what he did, it kind of changes a little bit of that feel.
Nick Nee, the director of golf out at San Diego Golf Club, is with us this morning on The Sports Animal.
So people hear the names Roy McIlroy, Scotty Scheffler. They're at the top. It's playoffs, end of the season. But then you see a story that both of them are messing with brand new putters going into this part of the season. How do they do that? But what kind of difference does a putter make in terms of its construction?
Yeah, I mean, depending on where they're going with it, hopefully they're trying to minimize some of what their misses are, whether it's hitting it offline or just some weight based off of the speed of the greens. That can certainly play a factor in why they change putters this time of year. It's probably, more so what type of surfaces they're playing on and the speed and how they're going to change it, whether it's weight distribution or they go to, a face balance putter, for example, or maybe something that has a little bit more where the toe can open and close. Obviously, Roy likes that mallet putter that he had with TaylorMade for a while, so he tends to lean towards a face balance putter where it's just square to your path. Scotty is more of a blade putter where he likes the toe flow and able to kind of open and release the putter head. I don't know that changing it this late is a good thing. The good news with the playoffs and where they kind of stand, they kind of get, where they're at in the rankings, you kind of get a little bit of a tournament to get it under your belt. But at the end of the day, you got to put it in play. You got to see what it's like under pressure, under conditions, and be able to make putts. And if you can, then, hopefully you gain some confidence. And really, that's what the root of putting is find a line, be confident in your stroke, be confident in the speed that you pick for that line that you're going to play. And if you can be confident, it doesn't matter what you're holding in your hands. You can make anything you can look at.
Last, I want to hit you on this Jay Monahan thing. He's the commissioner of the PGA, and he said Wednesday that he took his month-long leave of absence because of anxiety that resulted in mental and physical health concerns. He required medical care. It was a critical time. It was right after the merger was announced. Everybody wanted to know what was going on. The commissioner disappeared. I can't see him being the guy long-term, especially with all the ill will that had been created. Your thought when you read that, I've got a lot of compassion for a guy's mental health, and I can see how it got there, but that's the guy that's leading the charge. That's concerning.
Absolutely. I think, from him, that pressure and the position he's at, a lot of respect for him, right? That's a tough position to be in. He's just trying to obviously push forward the brand that he wants to push, and they're trying to protect the game and make sure that it's inclusive on every front. I get that. Where I have a tough thing and where I'm kind of with you, Jeff, on, I don't know that he ultimately survives this. Hopefully his mental health and he's in a better position, mentally and personally. Certainly wish that on him. But when it comes to being the commissioner of the PGA Tour, you have the LIV guys that are very against what he was doing because they have a bad taste in their mouth. Yep. And now you have how the PGA Tour players and the player advisory board looks at him as their commissioner. I think it speaks volumes that they're kind of breaking free from it too. So you have tension from both sides. That's going to be hard to sustain. That's going to be hard to kind of get out of, I feel like.
All right, he's Nick Nee, the director of golf. It's time at San Diego Golf Club. It's time for your golf tip brought to you by San Diego Golf Club. What do you got?
Yeah, I love that JJ brought up putting. I got a great putting drill. It's my favorite drill. I was doing it yesterday as we kind of prepare for our section championship here in a month or so. It's just the gate drill. You're going to put 2 tees just on the edge of your putter head and, with squareness of your line being a focal point. And really what we're trying to do, and you could do it not even hitting to a hole, you can simply just do it working on the path and the squareness of your face to get the ball to roll on the line that you want to start on. Again, when we have this gate set up, you'll be able to see if the toe is leading, you'll hit putts to the left. If the heel is leading, you'll hit putts to the right and kind of push it for a right-handed player. But really what we want to do is have the putter head pass through the gate in a square fashion where the toe and the heel are passing through that gate at the same time. What it's going to do is get the ball rolling to its line, on its line that you want it to, and then make sure that you can kind of get it rolling end over end. If we can get it square to the target, it's really up to you to just pick line and speed, and the rest is history. Hopefully you can be confident with the flat stick.
Yeah, and it'll save you a lot of strokes. I'm going to guess most of us who had our best scores talked about the putts we made, not the ones we missed that day, huh?
Absolutely, yeah. And if you want to do it from 3 feet, get confidence from those 3-footers, because really long putting is really just a combination of 3 feet every so often, if you can continue to hit your mark every 3 feet, if you're confident in the lines that you're picking, start close, work your way back. And again, if you can work on those short putts, you can minimize strokes in the quickest fashion. And you certainly talk about those. Oh, I could have made a birdie here because I hit it to 4 feet, or I could have saved par. Those are momentum savers and keepers in a round of golf for those short putts that if we get it online and we get it started on the line you want it on, you're good to go from there.
All right, get people out there. Tell us what's going on at San Diego Golf Club.
Yeah, we're running specials on that daily deals. I talk about it every week. Click that ticket. It's the best ticket and the best rate that you'll get here at San Diego Golf Club. Again, our patio's open for dining in the afternoons. Wonderful temperatures. You were 100% correct, Jeff. It's the best time of the year that's ahead of us. Come out, enjoy the patio, enjoy what Ernie and his staff does. Come out and check us out. The golf course is bouncing back. It's getting back in really good shape. We hope you come enjoy San Diego Golf Club. But again, that daily deals, best ticket for the best rate. That's where we run our special. Sign up for that text club today.
Great. As always, enjoy the weekend, my friend, and we'll catch up with you next week.
Likewise. Thank you all.
Thank you. Nick Nee, the director of golf at the San Diego Golf Club. You played out there your first time. What'd you think? You're new to the area. You went out there. You got a taste of the food. You got a taste of the atmosphere, the ambiance, the golf course. What'd you think?
Oh, I really thoroughly enjoyed it. They do a great job out there. And I've said this before, I'm going to take my wife out there and we're going to do an overnight and just check it all out because it is top of the line.
Hard place not to like, and the golf course is spectacular too. It challenges you. You can play the up tees, and if your game is for that, you can really challenge yourself. It's wonderful. All right, when we come back, it's the fight you've been waiting for. Now they have what they think is the epic location. They may actually really put this fight together. This may really freaking happen. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The Jim Rome Show.
It's been more than 2 months.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
Would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online.
Like the most perfect story for these two guys. Yes. And the more I listened to it, like at first it was just noise. Whatever, these two old guys are, whatever. But they may fight. Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg evidently have the epic location for their fight. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, DC, thanks for being with us on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal. Your home for the National Football League. Looking forward to starting games. You get preseason this weekend on your TV. All right. Does the Zuckerberg-Elon Musk potential fight intrigue you at all?
Oh, yes. Quite a bit.
You?
Yes.
We're all going to watch, right?
Absolutely. Especially if they're at the Coliseum like they keep saying.
Okay, the Coliseum. Like the Coliseum is the perfect spot. And you're going, all right, yeah. No. Not that Coliseum. Not the LA Coliseum, which would be pretty epic.
That would.
But who are we talking about? 2 richest guys in the world, or 2 of the richest guys in the world? And I don't know the last time there was an actual competition held in the ancient Colosseum in Rome. But these guys are now talking. They're going to fight. And it's like, yes, they're going to fight in the ancient Colosseum in Rome. This morning, Elon Musk posted on X, formerly Twitter, the intention is to hold the fight in ancient Rome. Quote, the fight will be managed by my and Zuck's foundation, not UFC. Live stream will be on this platform and Meta. Everything in camera frame will be ancient Rome, so nothing modern at all. I spoke to the Prime Minister of Italy and Minister of Culture. They have agreed on an epic location. Like, end quote, everything about this is these two guys. We're all going to watch and be disappointed that these two guys are going to grab and hug each other, and somebody, what are they, 52? Is that about what they, Zuckerberg's 52, or what, Musk is 52. How old's Zuckerberg? It's got to be right around there, right? I wouldn't have ever thought ancient Colosseum, but these two guys revamping competition in the ancient Colosseum. What was the last time somebody competed there? Like 3 centuries ago?
Zuckerberg's 39.
Is that all he is?
Well, he started Facebook.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, they said 6th century was the last time they used it.
I mean, this is ideal.
You ever been to the Coliseum?
No.
It is amazing.
Yeah, I imagine.
All of Rome is. I mean, let's be honest. But that particular location, there's just a different energy in Rome. And I would consider going, to be honest.
Going to the fight?
If it's a ticketed event, I would seriously consider going.
I'm going to imagine it'll be, stupid spendy? Like Taylor Swift spendy? Higher than that?
I would imagine over 500 face, maybe over 1,000.
Yeah, I'm going to guess way more. This is epic.
It is. It is so epic.
All right. I mean, sign me up. I'm in. All right, you've been sending emails, Jeff at sports@WBQ.com. JJ at sports@WBQ.com. Isotopes evidently have lost 5 in a row. Bourne said somebody call and check on Sushak. Jeff, he sounded really depressed during the broadcast. The days of him declaring if the district tournament started today, Albuquerque's baseball team would be there. Those days are long gone. Okay. Gophers in. Was something said recently about United, and did the mayor come out and say something about a stadium recently? I know I was gone most of this week. Gopher says Dividers hot take. Jeff, as good as the Dividers marketing department is, their bean counters leave a lot to be desired. Every time Mayor Time Killer, he says, opens his mouth but has no details on the cost, it just further alienates non-fans. Was something said on that today, this week on the stadium that I missed?
Well, then we all missed it.
Yeah, all right. HB's in on women's soccer at UNM. Jeff, women's soccer should be better than this. Heather Dykes gals should be better than preseason third in this table. Who cares about preseason polls? I guess you do. I don't know. What was it? San Diego State, Wyoming, right in front of them. Did you see the preseason?
Wyoming,
polls?
San Jose State.
San Jose State. Yeah. All right. San Jose State won last year, right?
Hmm.
Should they be better than third? And if so, why?
Should not in a preseason poll.
Okay.
Best players playing professional soccer this season. A lot of questions up top. You know, have a new formation. Should they be competing to win the conference every year? That is a fair expectation, but just because they're third
doesn't mean
in a close battle between Wyoming, San Jose State, San Diego State will be in there. They're not far off.
Jeremy's in on preseason football. He says, you know what, Jeffy? At least there are only 3 of these things. Remember back in the day we had to sit through 6 meaningless, pointless, endless preseason games? Jeremy? No, I remember 4. I don't remember 6. You ever remember 6? I'm not that old. I remember 4, but I do not remember when there were 6. But whatever. You guys, here's the deal on football. We sit here all year long. We want football back, Like, the football wasn't horrible last night. You just didn't care, right? Like, Drew Lock actually looked pretty good last night, didn't he?
Preseason MVP.
He is. I mean,
if he plays like that,
yeah,
he will have a job
forever.
15 years because like we're bringing that guy into camp,
right?
That guy's playing our preseason.
I mean, forever. Make him Chase Daniels, Colt McCoy,
yes.
Right? Look, there are plenty of guys who have made great lives for themselves being backup quarterbacks in the NFL. DC, we used to have this question. What's the best job, third string quarterback in the NFL or last guy in the NBA bench?
That's a good question. I'd probably say NBA bench, though.
Yeah, for a number of reasons. A, the average salary in the NBA is way more than it is in the NFL. B, when you're called upon, the game is always out of reach and you don't get hit.
You don't get hit. That was another big reason why I went NBA.
And C, you still live the lifestyle and get all the perks of being in the NBA because when you're out, nobody knows. Yeah, when you're in a club and some young lady comes up and, oh, yeah, I'm on the Bulls. Oh, yeah, I'm on. I mean, you still get all those perks, right?
You never have to play outdoors. You're not getting wet or snowed on.
No, I mean, what's the, if you're making the minimum salary in the NBA, it's still a sick amount of money, right? And you don't have to get hit. Travel a little bit more. But, yeah, but those are 2 pretty good jobs. Coliseum, Jeff, it's still more modern than University Stadium. Come on, man. No, it's not, Todd. But I see what you did there. Yeah, University Stadium is due for some upgrades. All right, when we come back, this one's pretty timely. So we're going to continue our Mountain West Conference previews. With everything that's going on in Maui and in Hawaii, we're going to let you hear the conversation we had with Hawaii's coach, Timmy Chang. Now, obviously, he did not talk about the fires that are going on in Maui. We didn't know anything about those when we had these conversations. But it's timely in the sense that Timmy Chang is a Hawaii kid who played for Hawaii and is now coaching there and trying to rebuild the program. And you're going to hear the pride, him talk about what's so special about that place. And they're going to be here. Hawaii plays both New Mexico and New Mexico State this year. He'll talk about that as well. Timmy Chang, Hawaii's coach, next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 630 Sports Animal.
The Jim Rome Show.
Pitch. There's a line drive right at the shortstop for out number 3.
Apodaca ripped to left field. That will bounce in, so it's going to be extra bases as they'll have to chase that one at the wall in the warning track. Flipped up, there's no play at home. So it's an RBI double for Andrew Apodaca. Runner at third. High leverage spot. Can Chavez keep the tie? No, that's going to be cracked into left field. It's a base hit as Love puts the Sandia Matadors ahead for the first time today.
The 0-2. It's upstairs, goes to the backstop, and the run will not score. Gun down at home.
Chavez rocks and fires. Ahmed, that's going to be an RBI for Ahmed as that one right through the gap in right center. Petrie will scoop that one, and it's looking like a triple as Ahmed plugs into third base, and what a way to score that run for the Matadors.
Coach Romero barking out his orders there to his players. He's been around the game for a long time. Nice shot to center field. That'll bring runners in. Just like that, La Cueva will bring 3 runners in to go up 3-0. Runner advances to third. Shot to center. That looks good. That's gone. Man, outstanding center shot there. As La Cueva will score. Antonio Lucero, second baseman, quite the hitter. Shot to third, and good catch. And she gets the out. Outstanding play by Trinity Bazan.
There. And now he's the head coach coming back in his second year to try to rebuild the program. Talks about the pride, everything that is Hawaii football. He'll also talk about the levels in the Aggies. Here's our conversation with Hawaii head coach Timmy Chang. Timmy Chang is Hawaii's second-year coach. We did this a year ago, and you were going into your first year back at the place that you love, a place where you're a legend. And I don't know, did you have any idea what you were getting into?
I had an idea of what I was getting into, but when you hit the ground, you just start to solve problems and go one day at a time, and you figure it out. I mean, you figure out the job. The beauty about it was that it is my hometown. Yeah. I do know the people.
They know you.
They know me. I played there. I represented, the community and the state, and playing the quarterback position. And so that all really helped. And then just knowing the personalities, knowing the lifestyle, knowing how things kind of work around in the community. Doors were open for me to have these sit-down meetings and talk to a lot of people that are around that support the program, support the University of Hawaii, support our football team and our guys, and want to see us do successful. So those are some of the positives, but definitely it wasn't easy.
Well, it's probably still not.
And it's still not easy. And
every place is unique, right? You go to Logan, you go to Albuquerque, and your place is unique, but you're going through so many different challenges. The facility closes down, so now you guys are kind of resurrecting an old on-campus facility, trying to bring it up to speed. You get a new athletic director, and really you were mending fences. Nothing that you had done, but the program had gone through such a hard time when the former coach left and all the drama around it. It almost feels like, I don't know, did you coach football all the last year, or did you just mend relationships?
I tell you what, nothing about the job was X's and O's when you first get on top of there. You start mending those relationships, building the relationships, building the support.
How were you
the
received as you
groundswell.
did all that? Were you received well?
It was well. It was well, and I think it came from a place where people knew my heart. They knew my passion. They knew my pride. They knew it wasn't going to be easy, and so I think I was just really open and honest with people about where we want to be, the vision in which we want to go, and the direction we want to head into, and that's what people love and support, and they want that too for the program. Being the only team in the state. I mean, there's no professional team. Football's king. Their pride. We have a pride, a strong sense of pride for football and our University of Hawaii football team. So, all those things added up, and being a local guy coming back home, it all helped. And so, job's not done. As you said, there's so many challenges with the stadium, being condemned and not being able to play in. So here we come with building our own stadium and having our own on-campus things. But I'm excited about those things. I'm excited about the opportunity to play finally on the University of Hawaii Manoa campus and being in front of our students, having our fan base come to our beautiful campus. And we have one of the most beautiful campuses in the world, and so it's amazing. And then so, as you said, new athletic director, and now he's going through the same things that I went through, but he's here today, and he knows that he's got a guy that's going to be right next to him, supporting him in everything that he needs to do to help his job get done.
Timmy Chang, Hawaii head coach, with us. When we talk to players from the islands, we talked to your offensive lineman yesterday, they say that getting away from the island is like a blessing in disguise. They don't think they need it, but they learn so much when they go away and then come back. I want to take you back to 2006. You end up in Germany, NFL Europe.
Yeah.
What did those years kind of mean to you?
Well, first of all, I changed my haircut, and so I used to have hair, like yours. Yeah, I used to have hair, and I didn't have a barber, right? I didn't have a barber out there, and I ended up having to shave my head, and I ended up liking my head. I ended up having a nice head. It was low maintenance.
It's the greatest thing ever.
It is,
especially when for you, it's not out of necessity.
No, I can grow it back, but why? Right? Why? The haircuts are cheap. I do them myself, but it is growing up on the island. One way, right? There's a different lifestyle, there's a different language, there's a different culture, food, all those different things, right? You talk about that island, okay? But being able to go 2006, go to Germany, see a bunch of different parts of Germany, play some really good football out there. I was allocated by the Eagles, come back to Andy Reid's Philadelphia Eagles, who just went to the Super Bowl that year before. I was in training camp in Tampa, right? Football has taken me all over the place, and just being out there, you just kind of get to experience, different cultures, different people. I think the thing that I enjoy the most is the people, and I think that's the best part about the job in football is the relationships that you're building and the people that you're getting to meet. So
Timmy Chang is Hawaii's second-year head coach, but he's a legend at Hawaii, one of the greatest players in the history of that program. And when we talk to your guys, we talked to Leaky and Logan yesterday, they have such an appreciation. And Leaky kept saying, I'm just an island kid. And I said, what does that mean? He says, I appreciate what I have. You don't have the best facilities. You know that. They know it, but they appreciate what they have. You've got to do it differently there, don't you? And you've got mainland kids who come in and obviously have to, A, adapt to the culture, but B, somehow fit in that mindset. And you've sat here for, 6, 7, 8 minutes, and everything you talk about is, there's challenges, but you're talking about taking negatives and looking at the positives of them, where other people would complain. And
Sure.
And it sounds like if you're going to play for Timmy Chang and play at Hawaii, we don't have the best facilities, but we're going to be great with what we got.
No doubt. The game is still the same, right? The game is still the same. It's played the same way. no matter what part of the country you're at, no matter what type of field you're on, no matter what type of ball you throw, pads you put on, helmet, etc. Right? But it's really the guys in the locker room. It's the guys that you have run your program. It's your support staff. It's your assistant coaches. It's your equipment. It's everybody. It's everybody right around, right? And it's them believing in me, and as a leader. I do get excited about these things. I get excited about opportunities. One of the things being from Hawaii, we're 2,000 miles away. Some people look at that as a curse, but I look at it as it's a gift as well. We don't hear a lot of the noise. We don't get caught up with a lot of different things. We control what we can control. It's a beautiful place. We play the last game in the country at 6:00 p.m. Hawaii time. That means here at the Circa. We're the only team. We're not sharing a screen with anybody else in the country in Stadium Swim.
Yeah.
It's got us. And I tell those guys, I go, there's going to be millions of people are going to watch you tonight. Do what you do on the day. And so and that's important. And that's a gift. That's a gift. And not all eyes. I mean, you turn the game on at 12:00 Eastern. You got 10 teams playing. And so for us. We take what we value, we take what we have, and we make it the most, and that's what's instilled with those guys, and they believe in that, and they believe in me, and so I'm very appreciative that I have a group of guys like that.
The football fraternity, it seems like it's so large, but it's also a small world, and especially with the Mountain West Conference, the coaches that are coaching at the alma maters, and there's the connections that you have, and I'm wondering, what have you learned from Jay Norvell in your career as the Colorado State head coach?
Oh man, what haven't I learned from that guy? I mean, I in the 5 years that I've got to work with Jay, he's a mentor of mine, right? I have some guys that June Jones, Cal Lee, from St. Louis High School, Vinny Passes, who's now quarterback coach out here. There's certain guys in your time that you consider mentors, and Jay's had a bunch of great ones, and he talks about them all the time. But having them gone through a rebuild with him really helped me prepare me for this job. We went 3-9 our first season at Nevada, and he talked about
when you
recruiting,
were with Jay.
right? When I was with Jay in Nevada, and he talked about recruiting. He talked about developing the player. He talked about how the roster is the most important thing that you have, and they're your bloodline. And so I take all these lessons, I take all this learning, and I have a lot. And as I'm a head coach now, I take a little from everybody, but I do have a lot of Coach Norvell in me and how I go about my daily and what I do with my team and how we do things.
Lastly, with Timmy Chang, Hawaii's coach, and we haven't talked football, which actually I love this, but I'm going to ask you a football question. It's about the New Mexico schools. I've said this for a long time. I think New Mexico and Hawaii are very similar. Different cultures, very unique culture. There's a bit of an inferiority complex amongst the people who live in those states, right? There's a lot of similarities. You're playing both New Mexico teams. You get New Mexico State at your place. You'll be in Albuquerque to play the Lobos. Just briefly on those games. I know you played them both last year, and you get them again this year. You get Jerry Kill and what they've done,
yes.
and that was a turning point, I think, probably for them last year.
Yep.
And then you get the Lobos, who are in a very similar situation as you are.
Yes, excited to play these two programs that are coached by really two great guys, and Coach Gonzalez and Coach Kill. We played New Mexico State on the road. I thought that was kind of a turning point for us. I thought really we didn't play well at all, and we had a bye week after that week, and it was a much needed bye week for us during that time, and I saw Coach Kill's team really grow and develop as they won more games. He ended up going to a bowl game and doing very well in his first year, and I have so much respect for him and Coach Sanchez and what they're doing over there. Same thing with Coach Gonzalez. I've coached against Coach Gonzalez when he was at San Diego State, and with great Coach Rocky Long, and I thought they did a tremendous job. And they in that COVID year they almost beat our favorite Nevada team. We ended up going 7-2 that year, and we almost lost to them. I can remember Carson Strong getting hit in the pocket over and over and over by Coach Long's defense, but two great programs, and I think they're both going to present challenges for our football team, and so we got to be prepared. and get ready to play these games as New Mexico State comes to us and we come to Albuquerque to play.
Always enjoy seeing you. I know we said we'll come out and see one of your games here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Place. Be well. Have a good season. Thanks.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
This is Boomer Esiason with the CBS Sports Minute. 76.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We fight the battles no one hears about. We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
4 till 7 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Always enjoy Timmy. Another one of those guys, DC, Timmy Chang, that came by, sat down. His sports information director, Derek, is pulling him away, and they wanted to hang out and tell us stories. Told us the real story about why he shaved his head, and told us all kinds.
He gave
of
us the
yeah
for radio version.
Yeah, and then he gave us the not for radio version. It just a guy. There's something about this league, at least the way it was, and I think I've got a different appreciation even in the last 2 weeks, JJ. I've watched power leagues and whatever it is, Pac-12 disintegrate, and the Big 12, and everybody gobble up. And I've sat at that league since its inception. I've been I think almost every media day. There's a camaraderie, there's an appreciation. Yes, everybody wants more money, everybody wants to play at the highest level. But there's an appreciation for football at Hawaii that I'm going to guess is different than it is at Alabama or USC, right? I don't know that the purity of the game still exists at all in college athletics. But every once in a while in this league, it feels like you get a glimpse from some of these guys. Is that way too corny and way too much of a reach?
No, there's a confidence, but there is still a belief of they all have something to prove because they're just the Mountain West. So they believe in themselves. They know they can compete, but they want to show everyone who they are. And you get a sense when you directly talk to a Brady Hoke or the players from Boise State. Yeah, they have the advantage. They're the preseason favorites. They had the hype of potentially going to a bigger conference, but they still fit in. Like, they're not awkward. They don't walk around in those settings like they are better than everyone else, which is easy to do because, I'm not going to lie, some of the media people from Boise State absolutely walk around like that.
Boy, they think there's something, like they've done something. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Oh.
But the players, the coaches, it's a good vibe.
So I'm looking at some of the opportunities this league has, right? And we always talk about how the conference has to win some of these non-conference games. I'm not sure. I think Hawaii. Well, can Hawaii win at Vanderbilt? I don't know. I don't know what Vanderbilt is. I mean, that's on the road at an SEC team. I don't think San Jose State can beat SC. Can Hawaii beat Stanford? Week 1 out there. Hawaii's going to play Saturday prior. Have to travel all the way back to the island. Short week's rest. But they'll have a game under their belt. They're playing Stanford. Can they win that game? Opportunity, right?
I would not pick them right now.
All right. Utah State at Iowa, probably not. Fresno State at Purdue. Opportunity, right? Boise State at Washington? Probably not. What about Colorado State at home against Washington State? I have no idea, right? No idea what Colorado State is. All right, here's one. What about Wyoming? They got Texas Tech at home.
For Colorado State and Wyoming, I like those opportunities.
Well, they get home games against those two teams. Great opportunities. San Jose State on Sunday on CBS, big boy CBS, Sunday, September 3rd, Labor Day weekend. They get Oregon State in their building. Now, it may be a conference game one day, but they get Oregon State in their building. There's opportunities. Second week of the season, opportunities. Boise State home against UCF of the Big 12. It's a great opportunity. San Diego State at home gets UCLA. UCLA's going down to Snapdragon the second week of the season. Mountain West win one or two of those games? Boise State and San Diego State getting home games against UCF and UCLA?
Yes.
They get one, right?
They're getting a nice dub early somewhere.
The next week, San Diego State goes to Oregon State. Vanderbilt on the road at UNLV. Colorado State at Colorado. I mean, that's gonna be, Colorado State, Colorado's going to be a great game this year, don't you think, at Folsom Field? There's opportunity. Fresno State at Arizona State. Nevada gets Kansas at home. Like, there's all kinds of opportunities in this league as you look through it. Look, Wyoming App State's interesting. I look through this whole thing and I'm like, okay, it's time to start winning some of these games. There's so many opportunities. And it's going to be an interesting year for this league. And who knows what's going to happen. When we sit here Monday, something's going to have moved. The ACC, I firmly believe, will have either moved or passed on Stanford and Cal. I think they're probably going to pass on Oregon State and Washington State. And it's going to be up to the Mountain West, and it feels like Gloria and President Garnett Stokes at the University of New Mexico, who's heading that committee, are going to be very aggressive to get Oregon State and Washington State into the Mountain West or some sort of merger. Stanford and Cal make sense in this league. The American obviously is going to make a play for them. It just doesn't make sense for those teams to go all the way out there. And I think we're going to have a direction by Monday, but certainly, don't you feel by middle of next week we'll have kind of a direction on where this thing's going?
Yes, because you're starting to get the decisions from the last remaining power conference. And it was the ACC and hitting some roadblocks, whatever that may be in regards to Stanford and Cal. Oregon State and Washington State are not in these conversations from the stories that you're hearing. And then it's just a decision on, how do they adjust? They come into the Mountain West Conference, and also the remaining years on the Mountain West contract. What can you do so when you get back to the table that you can get some more money for your conference?
Yeah, you'll get more money, you get more stability, and you've got. I mean, in fact, as far as visibility, Mountain West has great visibility. Fox Sports, CBS Sportsnet, it's pretty good. It's been pretty good. All right, what are you watching this weekend? Obviously, it's big NFL. When you watch a lot of NFL this weekend? You guys, you can stare at a lot like tonight. I mean, we're all going to be at the banquet tonight.
Very, very busy.
You can have your phone on watching the Broncos in Arizona?
Don't think I'll quite go that far.
No?
It depends on how long it takes them to read the names.
Well, we're
then
kind
we
of
might
back
be busting
towards
out
the
a
end. Yeah. Whose name will they screw up? Will they whoever it is, will they pronounce my name right?
I would hope so after 27 years.
Yeah, usually it is. I think it's been screwed up once. Remember Mike Lamonde? It was Michael Ann. Lamond? Mike Lamonde.
A bunch of broadcasters that do not like to check pronunciations.
Yeah, they don't check it beforehand. It's all broadcasting people. Yeah. All right, what game is there one for you? You asked us, DC. Is there one that you're looking forward to that's jumping off the page this weekend for you?
I mean, we've already said it. It's the Broncos. There's just so much there to. Even if he being Russell Wilson, even if he's only in for a couple drives, I think there's a ton that you can learn from just a handful of plays.
You just want to watch. To me, there's so much to body language, right? There's so much to what's he going to look like? Does he look confident? Because I almost feel he was more broken above the neck than he was below the neck. Does that make sense? He's way more broken psychologically as a quarterback than he was physically. Do I think his skills have expired? I don't. I just feel like he looked like a lost quarterback. And can Sean Payton fix that? I don't know. You've lost 2 receivers in camp, right?
Yeah, so far they've had a tough training camp. But you're absolutely right. It definitely seems like it was something between the ears. And I think if anyone would fix it, it'd probably be Sean Payton. So I am hoping for the best. We'll see what we get.
Yeah. Is there another one you're looking forward to? Watching the Jets, and it won't be Aaron Rodgers against Carolina, but I want to see a little Carolina.
The rookie quarterbacks are the highlight for me. I wanted to see more than 11 plays from C.J. Stroud. I want to see Anthony Richardson. I want to see Bryce Young go out there, get some series, give him at least a half. Like, these guys just need the reps against someone else. And Anthony Richardson has talked about that this week. They asked him, how you feeling, how you developing? And he's like, well, I really won't know until I'm out of this controlled practice environment. And so I'm excited to see him on the field because Anthony Richardson has the most explosive ceiling of these 3 guys.
He's your favorite, huh?
Like, coming in, I will admit, I had C.J. Stroud as my QB1. Then it was Bryce Young and Anthony Richardson. But of the traits that these guys have, like, Anthony Richardson is Josh Allen 2.0. If he figures out the accuracy.
All right. And the other thing is we'll be sitting here on Monday talking about somebody's injury. I'm not even going to pretend predict. I won't do that, but we're going to be talking about somebody's injury. Dalvin Cook probably signs next week, right? Somebody's going to need a running back. Thanks to Jimmy Chang and Nick Nee. They both joined the show today. Jim Rome's show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowherd follows that. 2 Men On is here at 4. Isotopes at Round Rock after that. We're back with award-winning radio. Monday morning, starting at 7 a.m. I believe I'm going to be in for 5 days in studio. I think that's like the trend for a while now.
Ratings boost.
Yeah, right. DC, great week. Appreciate you. Adrian looks great on the TV. Thank you for everything. Have a great weekend. Big weekend for you.
Well, it's a huge day for all of us.
Let's go get some hardware tonight, boys. See you at dinner tonight. Be good to each other, please. Have a great, safe weekend. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. See you on Monday.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.